Guys, Timmy here, back again with actually no, we're not back again, this is probably the first of many, hopefully. Vlogs. Lost for thought there for a moment, I was like trying to figure out what I was meant to say here. But, welcome to the show! There is no show. Feels bad, man. But, I wanted to jump on today, I had a bit of I don't know what I'd call it, probably a moment probably this evening. I was going to stream tonight, decided not to I don't think there was any reason. I just felt super tired. I'd had a nap while trying to watch a Netflix TV show. I do it all the time. They just put me to sleep. Don't know why. But I think I jumped on WoW because I haven't played WoW for a few weeks. And some of you may know, some of you may not know. When I first started streaming, I was streaming WoW because I was really into it. A new expansion just released. There was a heap of content. And I remember the first week I was playing because I took 2 weeks off work to play. First few days I went super ham, and then after like the first run through, because I did from like 110 to 120 fairly quickly, probably like it took me about maybe a day and a half, I think. So I think it took me around 16 hours, which I thought was alright. And there was a few days there where I was streaming like 12 plus hours to sort of get through the content. Wasn't really rushing, but I was sort of playing through it at my normal pace. And to be honest, that burned me out. I don't know why. I think it was more the mentality side of things. And at this point, I was also streaming or getting back into streaming because I'd started earlier in the year. I'd been on and off streaming, so on and so forth. I'd got more because I had no idea what I was doing. I was just going, hit live, post this thing on Twitter because everybody else does. Let's go. And I'd taken a few stints. I'd do a heap of streaming and then next slot, so on and so forth. But it wasn't until that first week of BFA launch for WoW that I hit affiliate, which was like, yeah, awesome, super sweet. But then I think I went through a rut where I was like, okay, cool. We've got like these things going, which sounds awesome. And then like I still had no idea, so I was like, I'll just keep streaming, just keep going live, and more people will rock up. Obviously, people have their own lives, all the rest of it, so people rocking up into my channel is probably a bit one of those moments where I probably kicked myself in the butt, probably needed to learn the lesson. But that threw a spanner in the works for me mentally was rough, and I was like, it wasn't until probably a few weeks after that, I'd gone back to work, I'd still been streaming-ish a little, and then I'd watched a few videos online, tried to figure out what I was doing wrong, and there was something that was always in the back of my mind, which was Twitter. I'd never really used it, I'd say effectively. I'd used it, but I hadn't used it effectively. I'd posted online, oh look, I'll just put all these hashtags so people see it, awesome, that's cool, let's see what comes of it. Nothing came of it because I wasn't actually doing what I was meant to be doing, which was, let's go interact with other people's content, not for them to come view me, but just to meet people. Something I'd struggled with in-game, but then also real life as well. So, backstory, I digress from the conversation, but my topic was something that I'd stopped doing, which was playing WoW, because I got burnt out on it, yes, so I could have gone away and did whatever, but internally I realized this afternoon that it wasn't me getting annoyed at the game, it was me getting annoyed the fact that my stream wasn't progressing how I would like, so I was blaming the game for it. And the thing that hit me when I started thinking down that line was, I didn't realize it at the time, and I try to be self-aware at some point. Obviously, we're self-aware. You can put a dot on my head, and I know that that's me. But in the moment when those emotions are happening, picking them and then turning them around and then working through them, I didn't in this point, did I? So this afternoon, what had started to occur was started to think about it. Okay, cool. So it wasn't the game. 2 points back. Sorry, digressed again. Off the topic that I wanted to deliver was when I talk about my stream, so on and so forth. I want it to be more about a connection that's made between people, so between myself and someone who's watching. I want to have that space, again, like a lot of people, like everybody else. I want to deliver a space where someone can come in after a shitty day, they can either lurk or they can come in and spam emotes. Like, I couldn't care less. But I want there to be a place where people can come and just relax, do whatever they want to be. If they want to spam emotes, go for gold, spam emotes. If you want to come in and have a chat with someone, rage at something for 2 seconds, and then, okay, cool, let's go about our day, go for gold. Because I know what that feels like. So and so what I realized was I was putting too much focus about playing a game that would bring people in because of the game, and not so much about building a framework or a community around what I could deliver. If that makes sense. And I'm not the most confident guy out there, so when you try and say, "Oh, give me your elevator pitch on why I should come to your stream," I don't know. I couldn't give you that even if I tried. Something that I thought about the other night. It was not this Friday, last Friday, we were streaming at 6 p.m. my time, which is bonkers and terrible for everybody else in the world. But I had a few people stop by, and there was only a few, but it was that's enough. Like, we had people stop by, and we just had this moment in chat. It was probably about 5-10 minutes, and it was just banter backwards and forwards, us all laughing, doing all the rest of the stuff, being funny. And I don't know if I'm normally a funny guy or not, so I laugh at my own stuff, whether that's someone else will laugh at them or not, different story. But there was that moment where I was like, I could do this, or this is what it feels like to play or to be around other people. And I've had a few glimpses of that, but it's something that I've always struggled with, which is going out there and finding a group of people that I can fit in with, and not just follow. Because historically, brief look into my past, what I was like growing up, I was the sheep. That's it in a nutshell. I was the sheep. I followed. I was very quiet. All the rest of it. I wasn't the out and out leader person. And I've slowly gotten better at that over the years. Now where I'm at a point where I feel like I'm in the middle. So sometimes I'll sit back and I'll just get taken along for the ride. Sometimes I'll stand up and lead from the front. And leading from the front gets all kinds of feelings going, which is awesome. So love it. But that's brief outlook on my past. But what I'm starting to think, or I'm starting to realize, is I need to put less stress on myself regarding what game I play, thinking that will be the sole reason why someone will come in to the chat, and I should be more about meeting people, engaging with them, getting some sort of friendship or relationship going, not more like a friendship, and then see where it goes from there. Because all I ever want to do is just meet people, right? Who doesn't like meeting people? So I have fun with that, which is awesome. So again, a bit of a long-winded explanation, but I was trying to not discuss, but explain my thought process. And I'm assuming a lot of people get the same feeling, which is they hit go live, and they for some reason, or whenever they start thinking about it, there's a whole lot of stress involved, and they think, oh, I need to make sure that I have the most people coming in and all the rest of it. And sometimes what you can do, or what I was doing, was I was blaming the game and not so much what I was doing to bring people in as a content creator, and then B, what I was doing with the stream. So again, moral of the story, focus more on what you can deliver than what the game can deliver. Again, that's true in my case. Could not be true in your case. Because a lot of people have their focus heavily on their gameplay and everything else, and for me, I just don't have that gameplay aspect. I'm just not that good at games. Not really. I enjoy playing them, but I'm not like pro elite level where someone would sit and watch me just because I'm a pro. So I've got to work on what sort of personality I have. So that's where I was leading. So again, something that we'll work on over time. and then we'll continuously get better at that. Something else I wanted to cover off in true fashion, discussing careers, and a lot of people are, the more and more I dive into Twitter and Twitch and everything else, everybody's got their own story, their own journey, their own sort of end goal that they want to be at. And a lot of people are like, hey, I want to give streaming a go, I want to do it full time. It looks really cool for these guys over on the top end of town who are making, I don't even want to know how much they're making, or the guys who've landed sponsorships and all the rest of it. And in that, just that moment, it's where do I see myself going? And do I want to do that full time? I'm like, just like everybody, if I could, I'd do it. If I had the opportunity, I'd probably take it. Because I think there's real value in what you can deliver, especially on Twitch being a growing platform, and just gaming in general. I don't think it's ever going to die off as much. It's probably going to evolve. But I think the idea of being able to sit back and watch someone when you may not have the ability to play a game, say for instance the latest game comes out, money's tight in a lot of situations, you can't buy it, or you've got to wait a few weeks to get it, and you're like, screw it, I want to be a part of this atmosphere, this thing. Or for me, the most iconic thing I'll ever be a part of, not ever, probably close to, will be the start and the finish of an expansion in WoW. There's no greater hype that can continue, or the start of a game. When there's a heap of people playing, your screen is full of just people at the start, and it's just a rush, and like you're pushing to get out of that mess and everything else. So for me, there's the start of an expansion, which is hype as F, but then there's also the ending to an expansion, which is, okay, let's journey up. The thing that gets me, one of those memorable moments for me was it was Warlords of Draenor. There was a group of, I don't know, 50 or 100 outside of the Alliance garrison, and that was where we joined up, or where we'd met to say goodbye to the old expansion, goodbye, and then a few hours later, the new expansion comes up. And to me, that's one of those moments that you'll always cherish, which is, okay, that's goodbye to an end of an era, which is a 2 or 3 year stint of content, and then you're into something new. You're working through something new, and that's that. How did we get caught up on this topic? Swear to God, I just talk and shit happens. Oh well. We're talking about careers. Okay, back on topic. I'll try and keep this to topic. I don't know how long this is going to be. I was planning on this being a short video. Apparently it's not going to be a short video. Oh well, we'll see how we're going. We're at 13 minutes now, I think. So, 13 minutes ain't bad. That's okay. So, that's awesome. So, what I'm starting to look at, or starting to think about, is what do I do next? I went straight from high school, graduated high school, into university. So I did 3 years of university doing IT. I graduated after my 3 years. I then got a entry-level job, tech support in the town I live. I got lucky. One of my mates that graduated uni, joined up, everything else, or got a job, so forth. And then we started entry-level sort of call center work. After about 3 years, 2.5 years, I'd done all of the roles within the center where I work. So I'd done essentially inbound phone queue, outbound, live chat, all the rest of it, support, acting team leader, you name it, I've done it. And then we moved into the role I'm in now, which I've been in for about 2 years. So where I'm at now is trying to figure out what I want to do next, because the company's changing as all great tech companies do, which is they go through a period of time where they get pretty much disrupted in the market. Tech, as we all know, or some of us may know, changes overnight. which is huge for anyone. Doesn't matter whether you're a company, like a multi-billion-dollar company, whether you're an at-home startup or just this dude online who plays video games and streams. Technology at this point, the way it is changing and evolving, will disrupt every one of us. Doesn't matter what we're doing. So we're going through some changes. So, which is, change is all good. Rephrase that. Change is good. Sometimes it's hard to adapt to that. And I'm at the point now where I'm starting to want to start using the skills I learnt at uni, because it's something where I want to be. I'm interested in tech. I'm interested in learning new things. And it's at a point now where I think I'm at the position where I can start to move, or I can start to learn new things, adapt, change, maybe find a new role. But at the moment, I'm still trying to work it out in my head and how that's going to work. So if you can hear that, that's a frog. Mother F is straight outside my window. So we are right in nature. I'm kidding. But he's legit outside my window. Oh well. But I'm at the point now where I'm trying to figure out where I go and what I do next. So I'm still trying to just work out what I'm doing day to day, to see what's going on, what's happening, and that comes back around to the streaming idea, which is now more than ever, regardless of whether you're in Australia or whether you're in America or whether you're in Europe or whether you're in wherever, having access to the internet through Twitter, through everything else, and the ability to work essentially remotely or work for yourself and then put your content out online is a big thing. And I think it provides a mountain of opportunities for people who are, regardless of whether you're Joe Blow who's just finished, who's literally started maybe year 10 or 11, has an interest in computer science and IT and programming. What's stopping you from doing work as a freelancer online? There's nothing. You have a solid internet connection. You can deliver to and from the client. You could work remotely and never have to work for someone else in your life. So where we're trying to figure out is, or where I'm trying to figure out is, what I want to do next. So if the opportunity ever arose, or I ever got to the point where I could deliver content online to an audience, so whether it be YouTube, where this video is, shock horror, you're on YouTube watching this video, or you come from Twitter, or you come from Instagram, or you come from wherever. You may even not be on any of those platforms. You may just see this somewhere else. It's a thing, and I'm just trying to figure out where I fit in the world. That makes sense? That's probably a big philosophical question that we could tackle in another video. But I think that's where we sit. For me, the question's still out there. What am I doing next? For me, quite basically, I want it to be something tech-related, quite simply tech-related, and then we'll challenge and go forth from there. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to start trying to vlog every night. Don't know how it's going to go. We're going to see if we can edit this video. Stay tuned. My editing skills are probably pathetic. But once we've edited, we may jump on Twitter for a bit. But I also want to get some programming stuff done today or tonight. And then go from there. But otherwise, I'm going to peace. Dogs are being poop. We're going to go catch you in the next one. We'll try and do them daily. We'll see how we go. We'll have a few different topics depending on how the day goes. But that's where we're sitting at the moment. Otherwise, thanks guys, and peace.